Our next guest plays a comedy writer on her Emmy Award-winning show Hacks, and in real life, she does stand-up comedy. Her first special, Hannah Einbinder, Everything Must Go, is on Max now. Please welcome Hannah Einbinder. I like this dress that you're wearing. It's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, how you doing?
I appreciate that. I'm doing well.
Great. It's great to have you here. And congratulations on your special. That's a big deal, right? I mean, that's like have an HBO comedy special is like, you know, one of those things that every comedian dreams of having.
It is. It is the only dream I have ever had besides the one where I am in the blender section of a Ross Dress for Less, and I'm calling out for someone who looks like my mom from the back, but then she turns around and she's Alien from Alien vs. Predator, and then a hole in the floor opens up and I'm sucked into the pits of hell. But besides that dream, I've been dreaming about this.
This is a much better dream. I think the scariest part of that is the blender section of the Ross Dress for Less.
Yeah.
How long have you been working on the special?
It's been some years now.
Years, right? Yeah.
Probably just it's the cumulative product of my entire time as a comedian, I think. So since like 2017 or 18.
You shot it at the El Rey Theater here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
You're from LA.
I am. I love Los Angeles.
And I like to hear that because most, especially comedians, like to, and it's okay, obviously, make fun of Los Angeles, but people act like, for some reason, you can't admit that you like it here.
We love LA. Let's go. I love LA. Yeah, I love traffic. If they made, it's like the only time I get alone, solitude, throw on a pod, vibe. Oh my God. If they made a scented candle of the 405, I would light that up every day.
That is true love. That is real love for your city. Have you ever lived anywhere else?
Yes.
Where did you live?
I spent some time in Orange County. It's far for me, okay? It's about 50 minutes outside of Los Angeles. I went to college there, so.
I see. Yeah, it's like 25 miles and like 4 hours from Los Angeles.
And like 60 years in the past.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on too. Yeah, it's like you wouldn't even think you were in California a lot of ways.
Totally.
Yeah, and you went to college there. You came back to Los Angeles.
Yes.
You're even driving in the opening of your special, which is another. I mean, it's a thing we do a lot here.
That's right. I wanted the opening of the special to feel like a love letter to Los Angeles. I wanted to shoot it here, and I wanted there to be like sort of a montage of various spots around the city. When we were shooting it, actually, funny story that just occurred to me right now is that basically when we were shooting it, we did 2 takes of this one shot where I drive past these really beautifully lit palm trees. And we did 1 take, and then on the 2nd take, my director, Sandy Honig, asked me to drive faster. And when we were in the edit the first day, when we were putting it together, we got the footage back, and we listened to the first take, and there was a mic in the car, so what I was listening to on the radio for both of the takes became audible. And so we watched the first one, and it was like crackle, 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 crackle. Do it up, down, left, right, oh, switch it up like Nintendo. And it was like, I was listening to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, and then Sandy was like, okay, can you go faster? And we looked at the 2nd take, and it was like, back in black! So I was definitely feeling some AC/DC coursing through my veins.
And I like the fact that you were in the first edit, the first cut. So that means you were really involved, because typically when you do something like this, somebody kind of puts it together and then you get in there. So you were really super involved in every aspect of this.
Yes. We put it together, and we got in the edit the first day, and I don't really see myself do stand-up ever. I don't typically record my sets, so it was sort of jarring at first, and I was kind of thrown by my own energy. Like, I was watching myself, and I go to Sandy, I'm like, dude, like, was something off this night? Like, I just feel like I'm talking, like, so slowly. And she was like, I hate to break it to you, Queen, that's what you sound like. You talk slow, girl. I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a tough one. When you
Yeah.
see yourself, you hear yourself, and you're like, that's
damn.
not me. And then people are like, oh, yeah,
It
that
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Were you tired? Were you exhausted at that point?
You know what? Just generally, I walk through the world a little bit.
Do you?
At half-mast, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
It's kind of the vibe. I have brain damage from many years of drug use, so
Well,
that'll do it.
they'll do it all right. Have you been getting good feedback from your fans for the special?
I have. It has been really, really wonderful to watch the people who it's for find it, and everyone's been so nice. Although, you know, when you're a female comedian, you are just subjected to, like, a pretty baseline level of, like, senseless misogyny, no matter what. Like, that just, like, we all, no matter what, get that. And I did get one comment from a guy who I think was trying to, like, neg me or, like, say something negative, but I actually thought it was pretty representative of the special. He said, this hour is like watching a mental patient act out what's inside their rotted brain. I was like, wait, he literally sees me. So,
Last month, Hacks got renewed for a 4th season. Congratulations on that. Am I wrong? Is that your first big acting job?
it is.
Wow, that's crazy to have it be so successful
So
right out of the
crazy.
gate like that.
I know, it's insane.
And the show is, for those who are watching this season, it becomes about a late night comedy show, basically.
That's right.
And you become the head writer at a late night comedy show. Did you do any research? Did you go and sit with anyone?
Well, what I will say is, I mean, I feel like the world of Jimmy Kimmel Live fits into the world of Deborah's late night show because you guys will be the 2 LA-based late night shows.
Oh, wow.
So I've been asking the fellas backstage.
Oh, you have?
I've been observing. You know, there's some fraternizing going on. I'm going, okay, plaid shirt, baseball hat, copy that. You know, I'm taking little things. But I mean, what do you think? You think there's a world for you and Deb?
I think that would be fun. You know, the last, I think, show on at 11:30 was when Jay Leno hosted the Tonight Show, you know?
God. Deborah has the energy of a guy with a lot of cars, huh?
Yeah.
She got that garage on her. You know
Yes. With a hangar full of cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could have some kind of a feud.
Can you imagine, okay, this is my pitch. You and Deborah are competing for the 11 p.m. spot, and you have to mud wrestle for it.
Now, the 11 p.m. spot would...
Is that ideal? What's the best spot?
Well, 11:30 is the best spot.
11:30.
Yeah. And we're both on at 11:30, but theoretically, you'd be competing for guests, which we could most certainly mud wrestle for.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just sexually, I'd be into that. Yeah.
And I'll say this, don't count Miss Deborah Vance out, because it's not about strength, it's about strategy.
She's definitely going to be the favorite going in.
Yeah, 100.
But the way I see it, everybody wins.
That's right. Me most of all watching.
That's right. Well, it's great to have you here. Congratulations on everything. This special is called Hannah.